find the perfect angle for Joy to hold the camera, and she just said to me, because I want to make myself look a little thinner, and she just said to me, either way you go about it, honey. Like, what does that mean? Anyway, we had our dinner. It was a good dinner. It's so weird being in a restaurant where they've got like half the seating closed off, the waiter's wearing a mask. It's just not an enjoyable experience. Like, it's weird. Anyway, then we took a stroll through the mall, and
also weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Now, the nice thing for Joy is an introvert, and when we're usually in the mall or in a store and we see somebody, I will often say, oh, there's so-and-so over there, because I think we should go over there and talk to them. She sees somebody, and she goes down like another aisle to hide from them. Like, oh, I don't want to talk to them right now. Anyway, the mask thing's working out well for her, because if you have all these people walking around wearing masks, you just don't recognize each other as much as you would in the past. Except apparently, when she's with me, I'm unforgettable. I have a certain physique about me, shape. Well, and in the mall, the wheelchair, I used a wheelchair. I guess that makes me look a little, I don't know, different than the people walking around like zombies in their masks. Yeah. So it was a good dinner. Fish tacos. We both had fish tacos. Pretty good. Not the best fish tacos I've ever had. Joy's falling asleep over here. It's 6:31 p.m. And this is what our life has come to.
There is an orange Lamborghini that's turning the corner.
What?
Over there. You just missed it. You couldn't see it.
Okay.
It was in the gap that you couldn't see.
Well, we are currently going to turn the corner and head that way.
You're going to have to drive pretty fast.
And I'm going to aggressively speed up. See if I can be a weirdo, and we'll get this Lamborghini on camera.
I'm guessing the Ford Edge in front of us isn't going to go as fast as you require.
No, he's really not.
Well, and you don't want to break the speed limit just to look at the car, right?
Well, that's debatable.
It was very nice.
You know, one time, like a long time ago, I could see it way up there. Over 10 years ago, we went to Florida. We were driving through Fort Lauderdale and Miami, and I kept seeing all these like Ferraris and Lamborghinis. They saw some really rare stuff. So I kept seeing them, and we were driving a rental car, like some crappy little Chevy something. And you could tell it's a rental car because it's got the barcode on the window. And I would drive around in circles. Like, I'd turn and go around the block, and I'd make Joy like stick her arm out the window and try to get a photo. So we have one vacation where it's all these pictures of blurry Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Joy loves it. She was pretty embarrassed.
We circled the same block like 5 times to try and get a picture of a particular vehicle in the gas station.
Oh, that one. Yeah, there was that one. But then there was the Ferrari Enzo. It's one of 399 built. Like, this is a rare car.
Rare car.
I have never seen one before at that time in real life. So.
Well, and the problem is, aren't those pictures from, were they on film? Or?
No, we got them. They're from, we went to Miami during the recession, 2008. We stayed at a hotel, like, literally across the road from the beach for $55 a night. And everything was closed. Like, hotels were boarded up and stores were boarded up. It was pretty evident that there was a recession happening. We went to the same neighborhood like 10 years later when we were down that way on a cruise, and it doesn't even look anything the same. It was a unique little spot. But anyway, I'm having a hard time catching up to this Lamborghini because
there we go.
There's like a lot of really slow people.
Now we don't know if it turned.
Oh boy.
You know, this the situation, right? To see this car.
Aw. We live in London, Ontario. You don't see a lot of Lamborghinis here. I think I know of all the Lamborghinis in town, so I think there's about maybe a dozen of them, maybe, here in town. Yeah, they're pretty rare. So
We lost it. It could have turned.
Lost it, I think. That's a bummer.
As it was going to Costco.
I think it was an orange Lamborghini Murcielago. I couldn't tell. We were pretty far behind it.
And I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know how she doesn't know these things. Like, one has scissor doors, one doesn't.
I knew it was a Lamborghini at least.
Yes. What does that bumper sticker say? This is exactly the problem. Like this guy in front of me. His bumper sticker says, "I may be slow, but I'm ahead of you." He's driving a Corolla. Toronto Maple Leafs bumper sticker. This is the problem. This is why I couldn't catch up to the Lamborghini. I get pretty upset when I drive sometimes. Joy drives a lot more aggressively than me, but she's calm doing it. Like, she just does it. Like, she drives fast.
But the funny thing is, you drive like an old lady a lot. And so I don't know why you get... I'm not putting the scratching on the camera. Ew.
I was itchy.
Yeah, I know. Watch that back and you'll see. We're going to have to cut that whole section out. Just because.
Is it up there?
I don't know.
Could have went to Costco.
I just said that.
Oh. After 17 years of marriage, Joy tells me that my voice is at a certain frequency that she does not hear. Like, literally, she's said that to me a number of times. Because there's things that I say to her that she completely misses. And she says it's because we've been married so long, my voice is at a frequency that her ears no longer hear. So that's just what happened with us. Because I didn't hear you. Oh, come on.
Just focus on driving. We're not going to find the car.
It's a disappointing night.
And we're never out at this time of night anymore.
Yeah, we are never.
We are at home fighting with the kid, warning her it's 20 minutes till we go in for bath.
And no matter how many warnings we give, when it comes time to, okay, it's time to go inside.
It's a fight.
Like, full on fight. Screaming and crying and hitting, pinching and scratching. Anyway, that's our life now. We used to have this, like, really quiet life where we'd, be done our work, and then we could just sit and watch Netflix, or maybe go for a drive and go for dinner. And, well, that is no longer the situation.
Well, there could be two options. She won't be 3 forever, or she could be going home.
Yeah, that's the reality of this whole thing. It's kind of like the elephant in the room for some people. We've had it asked of us. I wrote about it a bit on my blog post from a while back. When you have a foster child, we are what's called duly approved. So we are approved to foster a child and then adopt that child if that situation arises. So anytime that they think a child may not be able to go back home ever, they put a child like that with a duly approved home, so that in the event that she becomes available for adoption because the home situation with the birth parents doesn't get resolved, then she would just stay with us. But there's a lot of stuff happening right now, especially with the courts being closed or postponed or whatever, and so we honestly don't know. Like, she probably will be with us for quite some time. There's some significant issues that would need to get dealt with. But everybody's really hung up on that, like as if we shouldn't try to get attached to her, or our friends or our family shouldn't try to get attached to her. Because what if she goes home? Or what if she doesn't go home? Like, you ever heard that phrase, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all? This is exactly what sort of fostering and adoption is all about, because she needs us to love her and treat her like she is our own, and she will always be our own. That's what she needs right now. She doesn't need us to be sort of operating at a distance. She needs us to be warm and caring, and, you know, to give her hugs when she bumps her toe or falls down, skins her knee. Like, she needs that. And at the end of the day, we are going to get attached. And if she does go back home, it is going to be difficult. But we have a healthy mental state. We have great family connections, social connections, friends, church friends, things like that. So in the event that she does go home, we are better prepared to deal with that grief than she is in terms of being bounced around to different homes. So the risk is mostly on us, and that's sort of what you sign up for.
And really, we came to the realization that we're okay with a child going back to their birth family or kin. That shouldn't happen, because we know that ultimately that's mentally what's best for the child. There's a lot of debate in those areas, but we will be okay if things improve with the bio family and she can return home, because she loves her family.
Yeah, it is a kind of a heartbreaking thing. Pretty much, I don't know if it's every day, but it's almost every day that she will ask, can I go see mommy today? Or, she'll often say that her stuffed animal wants to go see mommy today. And we have to explain it again that unfortunately she can't. And we want her to know we're not preventing her. We would love for her to be able to, but number one, this whole COVID thing has caused real issue with in-person visits entirely. And we do have some virtual visits, which are nice, but it's not the same. A little kid, they need their mom. And so, yeah.
But in the same token, it has been interesting because visits have been done virtually over video call. And so it's given us an opportunity, me specifically, to get to know her mom in a way that I wouldn't be able to with a typical in-person visit. Because typically either a social worker would come and pick her up and take her to a visit, or we would drop her off at Children's Aid office, and then we really wouldn't cross paths with her mom or her family, really. And so this has afforded us a unique opportunity to get to know her and for her to get to know us, and which I think has a lot of benefit and potential to build a relationship.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, we are really rooting for her biological family to be able to get it together. Like, there's no sort of animosity like we're the better people. That's just not the case. Like, there's some very challenging circumstances, some challenging history that we didn't have to deal with. So, we're looking at the situation and we're really rooting for them to be able to, find some resolutions and some healing in their life situation. And so, it's really not us against them. It's more of like, we're all in this together, like the old high school musical, Zac Efron. Yeah. I wish people would sort of be able to kind of get that, like.
But we didn't really get
No.
it until this year.
No, we really didn't. Like, there was always this view of, well, child got taken away from these awful parents. In some cases, that is true. In some cases, the parents have been through a situation that is honestly challenging, like more challenging than anything than Joy and I have ever dealt with. And that's led to them not being able to parent for one reason or another. Like, you can't really fault, somebody for that. So we want to, if we are able to help, we are, we're down for that. And if that never happens, then I guess she'll be with us for a while, and we got somebody living with us for the next 15, 17, 18, 19 years. I will be an old man by then. This is what two old people do when they're killing time. We're sitting here. We're at the airport, place I like to go. Of course, there's no planes these days, so we did just see one Air Canada plane take off. But we're putting in time now so that we don't have to go back. Not that we don't want to go back, it just will disrupt the evening routine if we go bursting through the doors right now. And yeah, so we're just we're waiting it out, and Joy is just scrolling through her Facebook and Instagram. I'm just looking at some emails. We're like